Hello and welcome. I am Dogbert and I am covering today's blog post because it is a big one, giving us the kit of Red Hulk. And pretty much, this character is going to really upset the arena meta. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as long as he has at least somewhat decent speed. He is going to be very impactful in all game modes, I think. So if you haven't seen it, let's take a look at it. The kit is basic. He does 275% damage. How much damage, we don't know yet. But he flips one positive effect into a negative effect. He gets to repeat that, probably with a T4. In war, he gets to do it an additional 2 times instead of 1. And when he performs a counterattack or assist and has 5 or more charged, the counterattack or assist gains 100% damage and flips an additional positive into a negative. Very interesting. Now, here's the ability that gets us going, and it's what's really going to have an impact. That is his special, the Pavement Pummel. Clear barrier on primary and adjacent targets. Run him with Rogue. Get rid of all of that barrier on the Darkhold. Goodbye. Attack primary and adjacent for 350%. Offense down, and the key, reduced speed bar. We all know how that important that is. That's why the internals have not gone away and are very much still killing Darkhold. And then here's the part that is going to essentially really neuter Dormammu. I don't even know if we're going to be using him anymore after this. Clear revive once on primary target. That can have some big effects, especially since this is only a 3/3. This would really help you knock out, like, say, Morgan Le Fay very quickly, Agatha, to get her out of the way. It should be interesting to see what some of the comps are once we get a hold of him and can start testing with him and playing with him in the arena and what we can come up with. Oh, gets to repeat the attack an additional time, too. There seems to be a lot of repeating here. His ultimate, which is 0 out of 8, it starts with, attacks all enemies for 450%, flip all positive effects into negative effects. Sounds a bit like Icarus' ult, but a lot more energy cost. And he applies trauma to 2 turns and heal block. That's ridiculous. Gain 500% extra focus, so he's pretty much going to do this. Unless he has like 1 focus or something stupid like that. This attack ignores defense up. Cannot be blocked or dodged. In other words, you're taking damage if he gets this. He clears all battlefield effects on the enemy side and apply the battlefield effect gamma radiation to the enemy side. This seems to hint that there's going to be more battlefield effects in the future that he would essentially override. I wouldn't be surprised if Death or Apocalypse has one of these as well, which could make for an interesting thing, like when do you use it, when you don't. And then once you have that battlefield effect, that's when you get 250% piercing damage. That means armor doesn't matter. And he gets to apply 3 bleed. Attacks from this battlefield effect are unavoidable. This battlefield effect lasts until cleared or until the end of the match. His passive on spawn if charged, clear charge. On spawn if Hulk is an ally, gain safeguard and immunity. So it'd be interesting to see, does Hulk come into the arena meta? Maybe we want him in there with him and, pair him up with like Rogue, Morgan Le Fay or something like that. We'll see. On turn, heal self for 20% of this character's max health. At the end of any turn, when this character has 5 or more charged, he gets 7 ability energy essentially to charge up that ultimate. And he gets 50% speed bar. It can only happen once per match. When an enemy attacks this character, he gains 1 charge, so you want him to take hits. He gets 60% focus along with his allies, so it looks like he's either going to have very poor focus or he's going to have a ridiculous amount of focus once this comes. Looking at the kit, I'm going to say probably Striker for him, but we'll have to see what the actual stats are, and then we'll make a decide. Maybe he'll be a Raider. Who knows? For each charge, gain 10% speed. Yeah, 20% block chance, and 20% the counter attack. So it means that once he gets up to 4 or 5 charges, you're getting hit. On War, he gets even more ridiculous. That he gets the speed bar, kind of like Weapon X does. If he has 3 or more Gamma allies, he gets additional charge whenever an enemy attacks the character. Whenever a Gamma ally gets hit, he gets a charge. 50% damage reduction in all for all allies. Essentially, they will all have a permanent defense up that you can't get rid of. You're screwed. And that's just like defense up. It gives you 50% resistance, but you can't get defense up and minor defense up onto the allies. I guess because they wanted to keep it balanced. Otherwise, it would be absolutely ridiculous if you got defense up on top of this. And of course, we're getting the Hulk Hunter. We knew kind of within the data mines that the abomination of an event has officially now been called. We're getting, you know, the usual points. You got to do that and that, this milestone feeds into that milestone, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. The started with the Stark R&D 31st, Power of Attorney. That's probably where we're going to get the She-Hulk costume. That would make sense. Brains is Brawn. So now we know when we're going to be able to get Brawn. Doesn't mean we'll actually, the offer should be before September 14th, but then we can try to get him the second week of September. Or third week. I'm not sure. It's 14 days. Who knows? We have quick rumbles. We're going to need Shield, Weapon X, Ravagers, and a to-be-decided trait. Interesting. And we have Coordinated Assault. Interesting thing, though, is that the war credit one, the one where we spent war energy and stuff like that, get war attacks, is gone. So that kind of lines up with what we're seeing in the data mines, that they're going to increase the T4. So it looks like they're trying to discourage us hoarding in the mailbox our war rewards to get that. Instead, they're just going to shift it to winning, losing war. That's what I imagine what we're going to see. So we have to get special items. Again, mutated cells, imperfect serum, irradiated blood, reptoid fin, indestructible pants throughout the month. We get Gamma Goliath orbs, which has a chance to drop 100 shards of abomination. Just like the Hulkbuster shard has a chance to drop 25 shards. Yeah, that's not happening. I expect this to be an overall net loss for the community. You'll probably be lucky you'll probably just unlock him if you're free to play. Don't look for a 4-star this time, unless you get lucky. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll be generous, but scopely, I doubt it. And an interesting thing here is that it provides teal mutant gear. So the rumors of a possible mutant raid team might be just that. It might be coming true. Generally, when you see a different type of gear, it kind of hints at the next character for the next month-long event. We kind of saw that with like Dazzler all of a sudden had Mystic gear in it. Then we got Jane Foster 4. And before that we had Spider-Woman. And she had mutant gear, which then was Dazzler. Kind of like that. I think this is really the first month with Deathlock. We really haven't gotten anything. We just got tech gear for him. I don't remember anything else in this month. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Let me know. I'm sure you will. People love to let other people know when they're wrong on the internet. That's for sure. But it sucks that we're going to have to open these orbs. Unless they're like minimum 10 or something. Maybe then it would be okay. I have to do math. Math is hard. And you can see mutated cells, which are going to be like the disco balls and the stupid circuits this month. And what other stupid stuff we had to collect? That's 1 point. It's kind of weird that the serum is giving 5,835 points. Like, why not a round number like this? It's interesting that the pants give like 100,000 points. If you look at the points now, we have to get 500,000. So they didn't like having 50,000. They had to get more zeros in there or something. What's the big deal? Why? I don't get it. And there's going to be a leaderboard. Does anybody even care about the leaderboard? Do we even remember that the leaderboard exists and that there's one for the Deathlock event and we're just going to get rewards out of the blue? I don't even really remember this stuff. I just like, oh, bonus stuff. Nice. So now we get the Stark R&D event launching on August 31st at 2 p.m. Pacific. Another thing they're doing is changing when events start from 5 p.m. to 2 p.m. because, 5 p.m. is the end of the workday for them. I guess they finally got smart and don't like working after hours. So it's going to be our first chance to get things. You can get orange gear, blah, blah, blah. You earn points towards this 1 day milestone that takes place 6 times in total by unleashing your roster and blitz and spending gold. Well, you should be spending a little bit of gold anyway every day to level up characters. And you get more if you've been using the Bionic Avengers and if they're built. You should have built the Bionic Avengers anyway, so this should be a gimme. And you get some orange gear, which we all need. And we get some T4 stuff, T4 ability. There are some T4 level ions. At the end of this, looks about 75,000 I'm looking at. Army 16, Elite 5. We'll have to see if this is actually free-to-play completable. With 15 million. But if you have Bionic Avengers like 14 at 13, you get 35,000. 40,000, 55,000. So I'll have to do the math on this. See how it all works out. I don't think anybody's really going to have Bionic Avengers at Gear Tier 17. Unless your name is Tadano Mac, maybe. That's about it. Joint Venture Web Milestone. So you rack up rewards with your alliance by collecting StarTech points. Again, have to do some math. There's really not much here. This probably will be pretty easy, given that it's only like 7,500 T2 level 4 ions. That's it. You need like 400-some-thousand just to go up in level. And Legacy 3 and some gold orbs. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty easy one. I wouldn't worry about that. There's going to be another leaderboard. Yay! That's back for that one with the blitzing. Again, probably just handle it as bonus stuff. Whatever. Pestilence is coming back. We get to do Morgan again. That's actually kind of a good thing for people who don't have her at 7 stars. This will give you a great chance. I know I'm like 20 short, 10 short, something like that. So I'm not going to go very hard. It's just going to be milestones and chill for me. That's it. I just want to get the gear and the few shards that I need. That's it. But you don't really need Morgan at 7 stars. I do just fine at 6. And I am ruling my arena. So there's the update to events times I already talked about. They're going to be releasing another blog tomorrow. Yay! And war updates. If you care about war. Well, maybe we'll start caring about it. Depending on what the T4 and ions are. What the different rewards. Who knows? They're giving Deathlock and Valkyrie. They're getting Red Star availability starting August 30th. Pretty quick for Deathlock, actually. It's been only about a month. And Ultron's getting his 6th Red Star, but I don't know anybody who really uses Ultron anymore. Especially now that we have like Bionic Avengers and stuff. And character availability, there's long story short, Ghost of Spider's coming out and they're not putting anybody in. So get over it. We're not getting anybody. And we're getting Dr. Voodoo on the 30th. He's coming to Mystic Node 1.6, just like the data mines have said. The data mines are also saying Echo's going to the War Store. About time. But notice how those characters was what? February? Dr. Voodoo was like March. But Icarus and Circe, who were November, December time frame? Nope. You don't get them. Maybe after Red Hulk comes out, maybe they'll finally make them farmable then. Maybe they won't be mattering anymore. Maybe they'll matter more. Who knows? We're getting Nowhere Heist, Relic Hunt, and Emma Frost shards. That's going to be good for new players, but we'll probably be blitzing anyway. So, they might not get them. So, as always, get fucked, Commanders. Until next time, everybody.